to our next speaker, Jalak Jobanputra. This lovely lady here on the screen. She's a well-known investor. She's a founding partner at the Future Perfect Ventures in New York City, and she's done many work with ODR and
Thank you. Thanks. It's really wonderful to be here, and I just congratulate all of you for building or starting to build what's becoming a very vibrant ecosystem. I mean, I travel around the world and really have been very impressed with what I've seen here. I just think this is truly one of the top ecosystems I've seen anywhere in the world. So congratulations to you for building that. So I'm in the midst of fundraising for a new fund, a $40 million fund based in New York City. And one of the reasons I'm starting this fund is because I think venture capital needs to iterate and innovate and hasn't done so as much as I'd like to see in the US. I think McClure's done a great job, and kudos to him, but US venture capital has stayed very domestic, very non-diverse, and my new fund is hopefully going to help change that. Thank you. So a few things. Why did I get into technology? I was born in Nairobi. My parents were born and raised in Tanzania, and I am of Indian descent. In 1982, they took me back to India. We did not stay in any five-star hotels. They made us go stay in a village out, I don't know, in the middle of nowhere with some relatives. And we slept on the floor. We had no electricity, not that much food. And then when we left a couple days later, the relatives did not ask us for money. They didn't ask us for food. They did ask us for batteries for their radio. And that really stuck with me. It's this desire, this basic desire, human desire for connectivity. And I think what's happening now has really shown us, through Facebook, Twitter, all the social media, and the impact that the social media and technology has in the world, in business, and personal connections, and politics, and changes in government is so exciting, and we are truly living in I think, one of the most exciting times of human history because of some of that. So just coming down to ecosystems, back in 2007, I was hired by the New York City Investment Fund to help build out the tech ecosystem there. In even 2007, New York, which you think is a very vibrant and innovative place, which it is, we didn't have a single seed fund in New York back then. So I helped start the first seed fund there then. The reason I'm telling you this is to help you realize how quickly these ecosystems can build. And if you have the right elements and you have the right motivation, you can make it happen. And right now New York is growing phenomenally as a real rival to Silicon Valley in New York. And I've seen it just happen in the last few years. Going back to specific advice for entrepreneurs after investing since 1999, I'd say resilience is one of the keys, and we've heard it in a few of the speakers before. There are no overnight successes. They may seem like overnight successes, but it's really important to really stick to your idea. I mean, that doesn't mean you don't evolve it. That doesn't mean that you don't take advice from other folks and build the right support systems around you to help you succeed. But you have to have a tough skin in entrepreneurship. I mean, you're paving new roads. You're creating new ways of interacting, of doing business. And just by the fact that you're doing that means that no one's done it before, and if it's a really big idea, people are going to think you're crazy when you first mention it or talk about it, and that includes your potential investors. So don't be discouraged by the many no's you'll hear over time, and really stick with it. And if you really believe in the idea, And then you can iterate and pivot and change if you see other opportunities or see that certain things aren't working. And the other thing I'd leave you with is the importance of networking. You know, I get emails, you know, through LinkedIn, my blog, Twitter, from people around the world, entrepreneurs around the world. And I have actually started conversations with some of them, and you know, looking at investing in at least one of them right now. And so don't be afraid to reach out to people who you feel can help you on your entrepreneurial journey and with your company. I mean, you guys are all here, so you're obviously good networkers by being here, but you know, you can expand that beyond just your communities. And I would say, you know, think big. You know, every one of these companies that's grown large has, it's because they thought big and they didn't see any limitations. And you know, people will tell you there are limitations, but don't believe them. Just go for it.